fellow fan geeks. It's your fangirl Tally, and it's time for an editor hubby request. Square Table Gaming, Elden Ring lore. This time we're doing Thiollier, Adherent of St.Trina. Let's do this.
As I'm sure you've realized by now, Shadow of the Erdtree is more than just a simple expansion to Elden Ring. The Land of Shadow is the size of Limgrave, sure, but what Miyazaki failed to tell us is that it happens to be several Limgraves stacked on top of each other. With that said, I'm still exploring this land, gathering materials. I've taken down bosses, and gathered enough Scadutree shards to follow in the steps of kindly Miquella. I've fought my way to the end of this story, and in doing so, I've managed to uncover the full stories of all of our companions in the Land of Shadows. And one in particular seems to align with my pre-DLC release theories on a certain character. Needless to say, there are spoilers ahead for Shadow of the Erdtree, but I'm willing to bet if you clicked on this video, you saw that coming. This is the story of Thiollier and his love for St.Trina.
I pronounced that wrong. Apologies.
Thank you for joining us for another lore dive into Shadow of the Erdtree. We're toying with the idea of putting out 2 new Elden lores per week since there are now so many new characters and topics to explore, and this is our first shot at bringing them to you a little more often. If you enjoy our content, please consider subscribing to the channel. It really helps us stay relevant in YouTube's eyes, and that goes a long way in supporting all of our work. We also have a Discord, where you can talk to other members of our community about your thoughts and theories around the worlds of FromSoft. Whether you subscribe or not, your viewership is always enough, so thank you for spending some time with us today.
We feel the same way. Thank you guys so much.
Let's get back to the story at hand.
But please do subscribe to our channel and remember to like this video.
The first time we as a community got a look at Thiollier was during the first trailer for Shadow of the Erdtree, when we saw a man in a mask lying on the ground amongst purple flowers. We can find this man near Pillar Path Cross, east of Castle Ensis, sitting by a piece of Miquella that he's discarded. Upon speaking with him, he will share a bit about himself.
Hello there. Are you the Tarnished? Lady Leda spoke, are you? Another Tarnished, guided here by Miquella the Kind. My name is Thiollier. I too am Tarnished, and here on kindly Miquella's account.
From here, your interactions with Thiollier will vary based on when you found him. For instance, I hadn't encountered him until after Miquella's spell on Leda and her compatriots was broken, so we took notice to this. If you found Thiollier early enough, you can speak with Moore, who will give you black syrup to deliver to him. After doing so, you can buy Thiollier's concoction, which tells us it is an ebony black concoction mixed by Thiollier, a condensed, somniferous elixir purported to be capable of putting even an ancient dragon to sleep. For an ordinary mortal, a single sip would assuredly result in swift and certain death. Thiollier thought of St.Trina's sleep when he created this, but the ebony sleep he concocted had not the sweetness of nectar, nor the gentleness of rest's embrace. This is our first look at this tarnished obsession with St.Trina, and after the spell is broken, he will speak to us of his woes.
I'm rather lost, haunted by memories of St.Trina, her visage, her sender, the lure of velvety sleep. Would kindly Miquella chasten me for falling for St.Trina, while knowing that she was the discarded half? The problem is, I simply cannot help it. I would sacrifice everything just to gaze upon her one last time.
At this point you may have to wait until some time later, and Thiollier will then tell you Moore has given him some information, a lead he must track down. But if you've already found St.Trina yourself, you can point him in the right direction.
Are you certain of this? Is this all a plot to make a mockery of me? Oh heavens, what am I saying? Forgive me. You deserve my deepest gratitude. I will make the journey to the southern coast, as you say, to venture into the depths of the fissure.
You won't speak with Thiollier again until you make your way through the Stone Temple fissure, and find him on the brink of sleep, mere feet away from his personal deity. In order to understand what happens next, It's important to take a look at the armor associated with this Tarnished, which can't actually be obtained without beating the final boss of the DLC. Thiollier's mask tells us it is a mask upon which is carved a tranquil sleeping face. The silver hair is arranged in the same style as St.Trina's, increasing arcane. Just once, Thiollier was granted the sweet repose of velvety sleep. The remainder of his days would be spent attempting to recapture it. While his mask speaks of his attachment to Trina, his armor speaks of his prowess with poison. The dark attire of those who wield poison in secret. The silver hair is arranged in the same style as St.Trina's, increasing arcane. Additionally, countless needles are sewn onto the exterior, apparently for talismanic effect. As a merchant, he was able to sell us the deadly perfume poison bottle, which gives us an idea of his past before Trina. Perfume bottle customized by Thiollier. Attacks releasing perfumed powder producing deadly poison. There are some techniques of the perfuming arts that employ poison. Upon learning of this, Thiollier threw himself into mastering those techniques, and he made them his own. So it would seem he may have been a type of perfumer before his chance encounter with St.Trina. There is another item this Tarnished can drop known as Thiollier's Hidden Needle, which gives an idea of why this particularly congenial man perhaps should not be trusted. Concealed weapon used by Thiollier, of a design generally favored by poison wielders for dark and subtle purposes. Like St.Trina, who blossomed in the deep purple garden, a rich poison is secreted from within, which sends its victims into an eternal sleep. With this context, I believe we can better understand what comes next in this story.
Also
when we find him, Thiollier sits before St.Trina herself, and it's just as I theorized in previous videos. She's been cast off by Miquella. The marker we find before encountering her says Miquella abandoned his love, that love being St.Trina. He cast that piece of himself into the depths, just as we saw in the DLC trailer, where he believes no one would find her. But we did, and so did Thiollier. Once we speak to him, he says,
Hello. Thank you. It was all just as you said. To think, without your guidance, I wouldn't have seen St.Trina again. I'm drifting off in the sea of her poison. Soon, I will hear her voice.
Wow.
Let me be. I won't be long. Oh, I almost forgot. You mustn't follow my example. St.Trina's poison would plunge you into an eternal slumber. It must be me, and only me.
We must then drink the nectar of St.Trina multiple times, dying with each attempt and respawning, until Trina speaks to us.
Miquella, stop. Don't turn the poor thing into a god. Godhood would be Miquella's prison. A cage divinity is beyond saving. You must kill Miquella. Grant him forgiveness.
It seems that by casting aside St.Trina, Miquella removed the part of himself that saw the flaws of his plan, instead choosing to blindly march forward.
So he basically cast aside his conscience?
But he's not pleased to hear we've spoken with his love.
Thank you not to lie to me. I am the chosen, not you. Only I can doze off in the sea of St.Trina. Why would you hear her voice when I cannot? If you should utter these cruel untruths to me again, I won't be held responsible for my actions. Please, enough. I cannot believe your cheek. And I will stand for it no longer.
Oh, so instead of doing as she
Thiollier will
said,
then
he
invade us after
kept
wrestling
trying
the nearby
to
site of grace,
get that
using his
back.
poisons in an attempt to punish us for conversing with the woman he loves. When we defeat him, we are rewarded with St.Trina's smile. A talisman depicting a smiling St.Trina, a vision conjured deep within a certain man's heart. Raises attack power when sleep is triggered in the vicinity. Only I am allowed to know of your velvety sleep, its sweetly gentle embrace. So please smile, for me and only me.
That's kind of sad.
The obsession we've seen in Thiollier is rooted deep. He is now beaten on the ground where he once sat, and we can speak with him again.
You... I was no good to anyone. Beginning to end.
Everybody
Weak
gets
as a
these
kitten,
horrible
Thick
endings!
as two planks. I suppose dying in disgrace is fitting, in a way. Tell me, please, assuming you spoke the truth back then, what did St.Trina tell you? You are a wretched, wretched soul. A nightmare come to plague me. Such a thing could possibly be. Could it? St.Trina, please let me hear your voice in my everlasting slumber.
After a line like that, you would expect Thiollier to roll over and die. But he doesn't. He will actually act as an ally moving forward, for the final 2 boss fights of Shadow of the Erdtree, coming to terms with what St.Trina has asked of us, and helping in our quest in order to please the woman he loves.
Oh, wow.
Unfortunately, if he does help us, nothing awaits this poor soul but oblivion, as he can be found dead after the final battle. This is just one of the many stories to be told in the Land of Shadow. Each of our new companions has their own journey to follow
Thiollier.
and history to unfold. Except Dryleaf Dane. I'm sure he's got something going on, but the guy never says a word. Thiollier was a complex man, a patron of the perfumer's arts with a penchant for poisons, a follower of Miquella who fell in love with his alter ego, a man obsessed who wished to possess this god of sleep for himself, never to share her power of beautiful sleep with another. In the end, I like to think we helped Thiollier find some solace. He accepts the truth in St.Trina's words and takes up arms on her behalf, alongside our Tarnished. And in this way, he becomes a true comrade, even
That's
after shunning
true.
us and trying to put us to the sword. This is the story of Thiollier, and we can't wait to bring you everyone else's as well.
That's so sad.
Thank you for joining us for this lore dive into Shadow of the Erdtree. What do you think of the poisonous perfumer and adherent to St.Trina, Thiollier? Was his obsession based in love, or was it the frenzy of an addict who dove too deep into velvety sleep?
Bit of both?
Do you think he broke free of his own need to control St.Trina and keep her to himself? Or is helping us simply a means to an end? Whose
Means
story
to
should
an
we tell
end.
next as I make my way through the Land of Shadow?
What do you guys think?
Let us know your thoughts and
Let
theories
me
in
know.
the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell, and set notifications to all so you never miss out on any of our lore dives.
That!
We look forward to seeing you again for more Elden lore.
Okay, guys. Thank you for watching. What did you think? Comment below and let me know. What should I watch next? As always, please hit that like button. And if you're not already a fellow fan geek, please subscribe to our channel. It really, really helps us out. Make sure you hit that notification bell with your notifications turned on so that you know every time we drop a new video. And I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.